You know, to call these last few years working on this project a journey really doesn't do it justice. I would maybe use the term odyssey. It's really been quite an adventure. There have been a number of times over the past few years when, during the life of this project, when it appeared that this just simply wasn't going to happen. And it's taken really an incredible effort from a very dedicated, very determined team of folks to bring us here today that we're ready to break ground on this building. So a very, very exciting day for us. You're going to hear from some of those folks today about the goals that will be achieved by this important project. And it's important, I think, for you folks and the public to understand that everything about the effort for this project has been approached in a fiscally responsible way to maximize the taxpayer dollar. In fact, that was one of the stated goals of this project, is to maximize the taxpayer dollar. This most certainly is the right time to build this project. The costs are locked in. Construction costs will never be lower. The city has gone far enough, quite frankly, down the path of leasing office space. Owning the building over the long term will cost significantly less than leasing, saving the taxpayers millions of dollars in the years to come. Bond financing has been secured at an incredible 3.09% interest rate to finance this project. This building will be a quality building that truly reflects the best interests of the taxpayers over the long term. It will be done right. It will be built to endure with quality materials, built to be flexible, to adapt as needs change, built to expand as the community grows, and lastly, built for energy efficiency to minimize the long-term expenses. As I've said, it's taken a very dedicated, very determined team of folks to bring us where we are today. One of those people is Sue Quanbeck-Etten. Sue has been one of the key members on this project team, and it's been her leadership has been critical to make this project a reality. Please welcome Sue Quanbeck-Etten.
Thank you all for coming. I think the sun is actually going to come out for us today. Wouldn't that be nice? This has been a 10-year conversation. The first space needs study was conducted in 2007, and that addressed short-term needs, and a lot of those were carried out. The second formal space needs study occurred in 2012, and that's when I began my involvement in the project. It included assessing 3 to 5 year needs, and this study also began to address the long-term growth needs of city government. I mean, the fact of the matter was we were out of space in City Hall. In fact, we began leasing space in 2013. Just as a stopgap measure, we moved several smaller departments out of City Hall to free up space there. And then over the next 3 years, we vetted a couple dozen different opportunities. We looked at additional leasing possibilities. We looked at existing buildings for possible purchase and renovation. We looked at a couple of different build-to-suit possibilities even. But ultimately in April of 2015, we provided an overview to the full City Council of the due diligence we'd been conducting, and we brought forth our recommendation at that time to build a new building. So the summer of 2015, we completed RFPs for our architect and construction manager at risk, and those contracts came before the council in the fall of 2015. Councilors Kiley, Rolfing, and Anderson Jr. were part of our advisory team and spent many quality hours working with us in 2015. We worked on the design last winter and came before the council 1 year ago with the project budget and our conceptual design. In October of 2016, the bond sale occurred, and here we are today, ready to break ground. I just want to go through quickly again the project goals. There are 5 goals, and they've stayed the same throughout. We want to prepare for growth, first and foremost. Our population in Sioux Falls continues to increase, and we need to keep up with the demand for city services. Number 2, improve the service to citizens by providing more centralized services. Number 3, maximizing the taxpayer dollar. As Tracy said, we want to discontinue leasing. That was a short-term fix. Number 4, strengthen department collaboration. Closer proximity for the departments that work together each day. And then the last one, improving our employee work environment by providing updated, quality workspace. Our new building, as you know, will be built just across the street here. It will be 3 stories to begin with. 2 will be fully built out day 1, and then we'll be building a 3rd floor shell. So we're ready for future growth. It'll be approximately 20,000 square feet per floor. We will have an underground parking level, and we're also putting in footings and foundations to accommodate a 4th floor down the road. We also have enough land to the north of the building to give us an addition, when we need it, for another 20,000 square feet. We're very pleased with the location. It's close to City Hall, Carnegie Town Hall, as well as Minnehaha County Services Building. The land was purchased in 2007 for just this reason, and here we are, 10 years later, ready for the next milestone in this endeavor, breaking ground. Thank you for your attention today.
Thank you, Sue. I'd like to take just a minute. The city would like to acknowledge some of our key partners in this important project. These names are familiar to many of you. Most of you know that Henry Carlson has been hired as the construction manager at risk for this project, so they'll be overseeing the construction of the project and managing that process. Coke Hazard is the project architect, and their design team, in addition to their own architects, includes Stockwell Engineers, Structural Engineering Associates, and Associated Consulting Engineers. So we want to certainly tip our hat to those folks and look forward to being involved with them as the project progresses. Our next speaker is someone who I have sincerely come to admire for his honest, no-nonsense leadership on the City Council. City Councilor Rick Kiley has been a key member of the project team, and I firmly believe that we would not be here today ready to break ground if not for his hard work, his determination, and his unwavering support of this project. Please welcome Councilor Rick Kiley.
Well, thank you, Tracy, and thank you very much for those kind words. It truly is my pleasure to be here this afternoon. The first thing I'd like to do is thank the other councilors that supported the construction of the new city administration building. Former Councilor Kenny Anderson Jr. cannot be here today, Councilor Michelle Erpenbach, and Councilors Rex Rolfing. Without their support and the support of the mayor and the members of the building committee, we would not be here today. Councilors, thank you very much for allowing me the opportunity to represent us this afternoon. And to the councilors that were on the other side of this matter, thank you for your attention to detail. Thank you for your commitment to your principles. Despite the final outcome not going the way you desired, I know that you too are now committed to making this a beneficial project for our citizens, and for that, I truly thank you. To borrow a line from the Beatles, it has been a long and winding road. After a long journey, we are now at the intersection of a new and exciting beginning. But I remind you, we have the responsibility to deliver what we have promised. It is now time to look forward and do all we can to make the new administration building the best it can be for our staff and for our citizens. I do believe we will deliver what we have promised. And I am confident this new building, the first city administration building to be built since 1935, will benefit city government and lead to improved services to the citizens of Sioux Falls. In an increasingly competitive workforce environment, The city must do what it can to attract the best qualified employees to serve its citizens. This new administration building, with its modern amenities, provide us with additional tools to not only attract, but also retain our valued city employees. The building will be constructed in a manner that allows employee collaboration and promotes employee well-being. Having planning and building services, engineering, public works, parks and recreation, and other departments all in one building will further enhance the collaborative work practices that exist today. I'm confident the new city administration building will help promote productivity, efficiency, and morale of the employees that occupy it. All of this will have a positive impact on customer service and lead to improved services to all citizens of Sioux Falls. After all, that's the primary objective: improve services to all citizens of Sioux Falls. The new administration building will address the long-term space needs of the city and allow us to catch up with and get ahead of the city's robust growth. Let's take just a minute to talk about the city's robust growth. In 1935, when City Hall was built, our population was in the area of 37,000. A little over 80 years later, our population has increased almost 5 times. We are now in the neighborhood of 177,000. In the past 15 years alone, we've added more people than what currently live in the cities of Aberdeen and Watertown combined. At our current rate of growth, we are likely to exceed a population of 200,000 in the next 6 years. With this increased growth, there is an increased need to plan and to administer services to our citizens. The 3-story administration building will be constructed with that need in mind. It will include an empty 3rd floor, a shell ready for expansion in the near future, and because we had the foresight to engineer it with the appropriate foundation and materials, we have the opportunity to build a 4th floor to accommodate long-term growth and to meet the increasing needs of our current and future citizens. When the doors open, we will be prepared to serve the citizens for generations to come. Once again, I'd like to emphasize, in the end, this building is about the people we serve. It's about our fellow citizens. It's about our ability to provide superior service to them in a convenient and effective manner. I am confident the new administration building will benefit city government and will fulfill its intended purpose for our citizens. It has truly been a pleasure to participate and contribute to this project. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Councilor Kiley. This is an exciting day, and we are so very excited that a little over a year from now we'll be opening this building. And part of that excitement is because we know, as Councilor Kiley related, it will have a tremendously positive impact on many of the city employees who work so hard every single day serving our community. One of those employees is here to speak with us today. Kurt Peppel is one of the city's principal engineers and was also the source of some key suggestions regarding the new building's occupancy plan. Kurt knows firsthand in his role as an engineer for the city just how important it is for departments to collaborate and work together. Please welcome Kurt Peppel.
Thanks, Tracy. Thanks for everyone for coming out today. I don't know what I can say much more that hasn't been said already. It's an honor for me to be up here representing the workers that are going to be in this building and occupy it. And we're excited for the project to get started. We're looking forward to enjoying our new modern workspace. couple key aspects that needed to be considered when deciding who should occupy this new building were employee collaboration and customer service. At any given time, we have 2 or 3 employees working with customers. Those might be from engineering, might be from planning and zoning. It could be a wide variety of city team members assisting customers. The project team did a great job of taking this into consideration when deciding who should occupy the building so that neither aspect would be compromised and efficiencies would not be lost. As excuse me. As previously mentioned, the new building will address our current space needs and allow for future growth. Not only will this new building address those space needs, but we'll be able to incorporate some state-of-the-art technology into it. The state-of-the-art technology will help us better serve the residents of Sioux Falls. One of those key components will be a traffic operations center. This operations center will allow our traffic engineers to have real-time visuals out in key intersections, help address any concerns, problems in those intersections. Employees are looking forward to a modern, bright, state-of-the-art, updated workspace. Also included with the building project are road improvements to Dakota Avenue. The Dakota Avenue road diet will reduce Dakota Avenue from 3 lanes to 2 lanes, similar to what was completed on Main Avenue. The project will include angled parking, bump outs, and landscaping enhancements. Again, I'd like to thank everyone for coming. It's an honor to be here representing those that will be in the building. Thank you.
Thank you, Kurt. Appreciate those comments. As many of you know, the project budget for this building is $21.9 million. And that budget amount includes construction of this landmark building. It includes some improvements to Dakota Avenue right out here. And it also includes a complete renovation of Van Epps Park. That's been a key element of this project. When finished, Van Epps Park will have a new shelter and walkways, enhanced lighting and landscaping, new trees, and irrigated green space. Investing in Van Epps Park was part of the vision of this project from the very early stages. And of course, one of the visionaries for this project is Mayor Huther. Please welcome Mayor Mike Huther.
Well, thank you so much for attending this very, very special celebration in our city's great history. We're going to take another monumental step in a feat that has not been accomplished in this city since 1935. Yep, 1935. Let me take you back in time just a bit. Franklin Roosevelt was our nation's president. The Social Security Act became law. Elvis Presley was born in 1935. Babe Ruth played in his last baseball game. We had the Dust Bowl, we had the New Deal, and we had the WPA. And with less fanfare, but no less important to the great city that we call Sioux Falls, we had citizens and we had community leaders such as Mayor A.N. Graff that had the foresight to make an investment in a city administration building that we now proudly call our City Hall. I can only imagine the challenges that the city and its visionaries they faced as they tried to outline the reasoning, the rationale to create such a beautiful structure at such an unbelievably uncertain time in our city, in our state, and in our nation. But thank goodness they did, as we are still reaping the rewards of their sacrifice, and we're utilizing City Hall today in an even more productive and efficient and, yes, service-oriented way. As you know, I am so proud of the people of this city. Time and time again, they have stepped up, we have stepped up and responsibly invested in long-awaited infrastructure needs for our city. Our citizens invested in our new event center, which replaces the old Sioux Falls Arena that was built 56 years ago in 1961. Our citizens, our great people, they invested in our new aquatic center, which was first discussed way back in 1951. That was 65 years ago, folks. And today, we acknowledge and we celebrate the fact that our citizens, they have invested in our new city administration building to complement our city hall, which was constructed over 80 years ago in 1935 and 36. And Sioux Falls, you did it again. You identified a long-awaited critical need, and you fulfilled it in a responsible and in a prudent fashion. You had leaders such as prior City Councilor Kenny Anderson Jr., Michelle Erpenbach, Rick Kiley, and Rex Rolfing that stood firm in the arena. If only one of them did not have the courage to withstand the fight, none of us would be here today. 100 years from now, this grand building will be paying solid returns. Thanks to the foresight, thanks to the leadership, thanks to the investment of the citizens of Sioux Falls, and all of us proudly call Sioux Falls our home. Let's break some ground, and let's celebrate our new administration building. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.